Hey, boys and girls, lesson 11, part 10, level 10, part E. We're almost done. Hey, I just want to share with you that I was having a problem on this level where stuff that I was typing in the code was not being shown in the web page. It was getting pretty frustrating. So sometimes code.org does glitch out. I want to make you aware of that. Sometimes the only solution is to click on this button right here called version history and start over. Literally click the button that says start over. Sometimes that is the only solution. So I just did that. So I'm re-recording this video right now. So we're gonna do all the stuff it says up here in the top left corner. Basically, we're gonna take all the skills that we've learned and apply them in this lesson. We're gonna mess around with this website. We're just gonna make sure we do all this stuff. So we're gonna set the height and width for the images, float them to the left, put a border around them. Okay, so let's start playing around with the images first of all. First thing we need to do, of course, is we need to add a CSS page. Now, by default, code.org names it new-1.css. That file name has to match the HTML code on line 4 right here. It can't be called style.css unless you change the file name to style.css. Or what I'm just going to do, it's even easier, is just change the code so that it matches the file name. It's called new1.css. Now the two files are linked. Now let's get going. Let's go to our CSS file. Let's make an image rule set, okay? I'm going to get myself out of the way here. I'm going to enlarge the website so we can hopefully see some changes as they're happening. I'm going to make an image rule set, okay? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the height, and I'm going a little bit faster than normal. But you can always pause the video and catch up, you can always rewatch it. Width, I'm going to say 250 px. Okay, now I'm going to start messing around with the borders. Well, and also I'm going to float everything to the left. That's what it wanted me to do. So I've done a bunch of stuff that I need to do from the directions already. Width, height, float. Now I'm going to start messing around with the border. And basically there's 4 commands that help you. Let's set the border color first. Okay. Border color I'm going to set to be cornflower blue. I think that's a pretty cool color. Okay. I'm going to give myself a little more room here. Okay. Now, border width. How wide do I want it? Not wide. Let's say 6px. Okay. Border style is going to be double because I like the double. And finally, one more that you should always do. You should always do about 4 of them. Color width style and the border radius, I think, is super cool because that, radius, that sets the curvature of the corners. So I'm going to make that 14px. Okay, so that's quite a bit of manipulation of the images. Don't forget to close our curly bracket. Now let's take a look at the website. Let's go over here to refresh and save. Let's take a look. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at my images. They're aligned to the left. Red panda. Okay, and it looks like there's a problem with this web page is having glitchy problems, I'll tell you. It doesn't look like everything's working perfectly on this web page the way it should, the way the code says it should be working. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That's better. But you can see the red panda is not in line with the whale text. So something's going on there. Let's take a look at what else we needed to do in the top left corner. Okay, background color. We need to set the background color. So at the top, background, let's go with, I'm going to go with like a light yellow. Light yellow, that looks nice. Take a look at that with the blue borders. That's looking really cool. Let's make sure we do all this stuff. We did the images, unique styles, the font families. Okay, so let's try each one. Let's do a font family of, where's cursive? I don't see cursive. Try that. And I like that. And let's make one last thing. Text declaration. looks nice. And color, font color, or let's just say color. Let's call it, should have it match the border of the images? That would be cool. Cornflower blue. Let's take a look at that now. Let's enlarge this a little bit. Hey, that looks pretty cool. I like that. Now we could do similar changes to the H. Now, how many more rule sets do we need? Well, the directions said make a different color for every font size. Well, how many font sizes are there? We have to look at the HTML file, and you just scroll through. You can see an H1 tag right there. You can see an H3 tag. You can see an H2 tag and H6. So you would need to come back to the CSS file and create a rule set for not just for H1, that one's done, but then you need an additional one like at the bottom for H2, okay, and then you close it, and then below that it would be for H3, okay, you guys get the idea, and then H6, etc., etc. So this video is getting too long. We pulled off some cool changes. I'm pretty sure you guys are getting the idea. I'll see you guys in the final lesson in a second.